are angry. It's okay.
I'm not angry. Except when you keep repeating, you're angry. And that shit's fucking annoying. Like a fucking gnat at a barbecue. Just bugging the fuck out of me.
Good. I want you to say, I'm angry. It's okay. I'll process my anger. I love myself. Woozah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And boom, episode 37. The results are in. That is not what this episode is going to be called, but the results are in. So I wanted to start this off with, I guess, some thank yous. I overviewed my analytics. They sent me an email of like my 2022 recap. And I had this email for a while. And I was like, I don't really want to look at this. And so I was like, you know what? I have to. So I clicked it, and it was just nothing but good news. Nothing but good news. A lot of things that I was just shocked. Honestly, I was shocked at. So I wanted to say thank you to all the people out in Germany who listen to me. Hallo, guten Tag. I love you guys. I didn't know. I was extremely shocked. When they said I'm being listened to in 5 different countries, I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm just like, I'm starting to think, I'm like, do I even have any German friends? I don't think I do. So, it's kind of awesome that I got that result. It was like, it's even better because it's people that I don't know who are listening to me. And I think that's awesome. Sometimes friends, family, they listen to you, try to support. But, you guys don't even know me and you're listening to me. And I think that's freaking awesome. And I thank you for downloading. I thank you for listening. That is so awesome. And to the other countries out there, awesome too. I think I'm getting more support overseas than in the U.S. And that's crazy to me, but I love it. So thank you. It was, what was it? Germany. It was Germany. Damn, I should have had this ready, huh? What an ass. Let's see. So Germany, United Kingdom, France, Malaysia. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I hope to add some more countries. Wow. It was very it took me down I was excited. I was super excited when I got the news. First off, I was like a kid who just got straight A's on his report card. I'm running around. I'm telling people in the house, look. And I'm texting people. I'm like, hey, you just want to know this, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I was overly excited. And, a lot of people probably see it and probably give you, it's only 250 downloads. Yeah, that's 250 downloads from people I don't know. That's a win for me. That's awesome. And like I said, I'm getting more support than, friends and family here, huh? If I could say friends and family here, I think friends-wise, 3, maybe 5 friends listen to me. And family, probably none. So, I'm going to get on their ass. There's going to be an episode family. I'm going to do family first. I'm going to rip into their ass. But, if you know me and my family, this is what we do. We get on each other, and I'm going to tear into their ass for not supporting me through this shit. But then they're the first to comment on all my things, and then they don't support me. So, family, I'm coming at your ass later. And your boy goes hard on, insults. So, I'm coming for my family's ass. But, thank you guys from overseas for listening to this nonsense. I always said it was a therapy thing for me, but I appreciate everyone listening. So, with that being said, moving on to what just occurred, I'm actually wearing jeans right now. Normally when I'm doing this stuff, I got my shirt on, supporting the brand, and then I'm probably wearing shorts or, some type of short where I cannot stand up, right? But I was actually out running some errands, and I stopped by, I was at the mall, because I got a JCPenney's gift cards for Christmas. I got a couple of them, and I don't ever shop at JCPenney's. I don't know what's in a JCPenney's. So that's what I did today. I was like, let me see if I could use anything in here. So I went in there. The men's section sucked. I didn't like anything. And then the things I did like, it had like a weird fit. It looks like it looks like JCPenney like supports like long, skinny dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was like extra long. Like so if I found the shirt that I like, it went down to my knees. And it's just like I didn't understand that. So it was like everything I like was for long, skinny people, and I'm short, stubby man. So couldn't wear anything there. I was like, so let me see something for the house, right? The sheets were ugly. They were like old grandmama sheets, like my grandma's sheets, and I didn't like them. So I was like, nope, not doing that. So there goes sheets. I said, let me get some nice pots, pans, maybe some knives, maybe like I always wanted to get this. There was like this high-tech toaster that came out, unnecessary, but I was like, since I got all these gift cards and it's not my money, I would buy it, right? So didn't see that. Cologne, cologne's expensive, and I love cologne, and so I was like, let me get some cologne. Didn't have anything I liked, and I'm like, oh, I can't use you for shit. So right now I got these JCPenney gift cards. My mom was like, hey, go online. They'll have more things you'll like, and you get a suit, and I'm just like, all right. But yeah, so anyways, going through the mall, I passed by Kay's Jeweler, and I was looking at some things, and I was asking them some questions. I'll explain why I was actually at Kay's Jeweler in another episode, but not this episode. And talking to some people in there, they were all ladies. Every time I pass by, actually, Kay's, it's always ladies working in there. Every time for years, I haven't seen a dude in there. So anyway, if there's a dude in there, he's the dude that cleans your ring, that type of thing. So, I was talking to the ladies at Kay's, and this one was like, you ever, like, I was looking at watches, nice watches. And she was like, I don't think you look good in a watch. I was like, yeah? In my head, I'm like, who asked you? So rude to say, but who the fuck asked you? But anyway, she goes, I think you look good in a diamond bracelet. I'm like, you sure I'll look good in a diamond bracelet? Or you're just trying to sell a diamond bracelet today because it probably costs more than a watch? And she was like, no. She was like, they probably cost the same, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of guys right now aren't doing watches, they're doing diamond bracelets. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's all the guys in the rap videos and shit. But I was like, really? I actually see more guys wearing watches. And I didn't want to have this back and forth with this woman. I'm just like, show me what you want to show me. Because you just, you could have helped me find a watch, which is what I came in for, I just wanted to see, I wanted a nice watch. So when I wear my suits or whatever, it's a nice Movado or whatever the fuck. I don't even know the brands that are nice right there. I just say Movado because that's the one I saw I was looking at. It looked really nice. So she shows all these diamond bracelets, and she was like, a lot of guys are buying this, a lot of guys are buying that. And I'm like, hi, I forgot her name. Let's just call her Christy. I said, hi, Christy. I'm not every other guy. And then we laughed, and I was like, I am very different from every other guy. So show me something very different. If you're going to show me a diamond bracelet, show me the ones that they're not getting that would probably still look nice on me. Show me that. So she showed me this shit. It was bling the fuck out. It was just, and then she goes, well, it's, I said, what's the price? She said $749. I'm thinking $749. I was like, that's a lot. Okay. And I was like, damn, this is a lot of bling for $749. She said, no, $7,000. I was like, oh, $7,000? Oh, you thought I was just going to come in here and buy a $7,000 bracelet just for the fuck of it? So she's just like, she sees my face and she was like, no. But, with trade-in and this and all these deals she can work out, because I've actually been a loyal K's member for fucking years, and I didn't even know that. So, like, she pulled it up, and it was like, she was pulling up old numbers that I don't even have anymore, and all this information. So, apparently, I get all these things, and then, I've bought things from K's a lot, so I have all this, like, a lot of stuff that I could use, like credits and, discounts that I can use towards something. And she was like, with all these discounts and stuff for being loyal, like Hayes, you could get this $7,000 diamond bracelet for almost about $3,000. And she was like, what do you think about that? I'm like, I don't think I'll ever wear a diamond. Sorry. I don't think I'll ever wear a diamond bracelet. I'm sorry. And she was like, I don't know. Guys say that. And then, you know, girls come up. And I was like, that's the last thing I want. I was like, I don't want to buy a diamond bracelet. And the girls are only looking at a diamond bracelet. And they don't really look at me. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to be like, hey, he could afford that. So let me get with him. And I'm like, nah. I was like, I don't want that. I'm sorry. I'm good. And she was like, you think about it. So she wrote down the SKU number. She was like, I see you looking at it a lot. And I'm just like, yeah, because I'm wondering why this is $7,000. She was like, listen, you can get a $7,000 bracelet for almost $3,000. I think that's a great deal. And then she was like, you could finance the rest and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you know, I told her I do this a lot. I'd be like, I'm going to think about it. You know, reach out to me. And I never reach back. I do that to end it kindly and so they can stop. And then I never reach back. So, yeah. So she wrote down all this information. She gave me a card. And she was like, yeah, you know, she swears that I'll look great in it. I'm just like, when I put this on, all the women are going to come to me. That's what happens. She was like, absolutely. And I'm like, I doubt it. But not going to try it anyway. It's like everybody don't even like going out these days. You know, everybody likes, you know, doing indoor shit. So I'm just like, the fuck? I'm going to be indoor with a 7G bracelet. And I'm like, nah, it doesn't work. But anyway, I just found that funny, that whole sales pitch. I'm just like, okay. People are persistent. People are persistent, though. But before that, let me tell you what happened before that. Before I went to the mall and found absolutely nothing and had to come right back home. One of my son's, well, two of my son's friends that live on this block, you know, it's that part of the year they got to sell chocolate. Well, his friends are in a higher grade. My son makes friends with kids in higher grades. And it must be, he must get it from his daddy because I always, when I was young, I had older friends. It was very weird. And because I was telling him, I was like, Gio, he's in like 2 grades above you. And they love him. Like, they're all over my son. Like, they're just like, oh, we got to hang out with Gio. Oh, we got to hang out with Gio. And I'm just like, you guys are like 2 grades or 3 grades ahead of him. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, you're not, you know, with friends your age. Anyway, I guess my son's cool as fuck, just like his daddy. So, but yeah, I was telling him it was weird, and then I had to look back, and I'm like, wait, I did the same thing. And I specifically remember I was like in 3rd grade, hanging out with 8th graders. So, okay. But anyway, it's that time. My son has to actually sell Krispy Kreme donuts. And his friends have to sell chocolate bars. So, do I eat any of this? If you guys know me, I don't eat chocolates. I don't eat candies like that. And I don't eat Krispy Kreme donuts, right? So, you know, but I always buy because I think it's a good thing for the kids to go out and sell by themselves. Like, it takes a lot of balls to go up to somebody's house, ring the doorbell or knock. Somebody opens the door, somebody you don't know, and they're like, what? And then you have to say, hey, sir, or hey, ma'am, can you please buy these chocolates or donuts, whatever the fuck they have, Girl Scout cookies? I think that takes a lot of balls for a kid, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's good for them to do that, you know? So even if they get rejected, they know what rejection feels like, or, you know. So, like, my son's doing it with the donuts, you know, and he can get a little, like, frozen at that moment. When it comes time to, like, talk, he gets a little frozen, but, like, I like that he's, you know, working through that, you know. He works through it now. He's 9 years old. He's working through it now, so by the time he's my age or even in his 20s, he's good, you know. So, you know, he came up, his friend was scared, he was shaking, he was like, excuse me, sir, would you like to buy some chocolate bars for $1? In my head, the answer is automatically no. I'm not going to eat it. It's just going to go to waste. But since he had the balls to do that and, ask me.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Why does this always happen when I'm on the podcast? It just, this, I can't even say the name. The name that you say on your phone and they tell you information. For some reason, when I'm doing the podcast, it just automatically starts talking on my computer and it drives me crazy. It makes me think that this place is haunted, but okay. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, he had the courage to ask me, so I was like, you know what? I don't have cash on me. Come back in 2 hours. I'm going to go to the ATM and I'm going to buy some chocolate off you. So that's what I did, right? Because, I want, my son is going to have to do the same. And I would want people, to at least, buy something. You guys should. If the kid has the nerve or the guts to do it, you should buy something. Even if you don't eat it. Trust me, I don't eat none of this crap. Girl Scout cookies, candies, bars, Krispy Kreme. I don't eat none of that. But I buy it all. If they come and they ask me, I buy it. But if they're like parents ask me, I'm just like, get lost. But if the kid asked me, I would definitely buy it. And I think that's the rule for everybody. I think everybody should do it that way. So if you got the Girl Scouts coming around and the girl asks you and she's being all nice, remember, it takes a lot of courage to do that. Think about it as an adult. Can you think about walking to door and be like, hey, do you want some Krispy Kremes? I know I could answer for a lot of you guys. I know a lot of you guys wouldn't do that shit. I would do it, but doesn't mean I know a lot of my friends, you don't have the balls to do shit like that. I'll do it. I'll do a sales pitch. I'll dance. Da, 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 Krispy Kremes are great. I'll do all that shit. But, yeah, so I know adults that wouldn't do it. So if the kids are doing it, just buy the shit, Buy it, give it to somebody, when guests come over and be like, here, look, here's some assorted donuts. Have fun. Oh, man, that's stupid. Oh. What else? I wanted to clear something up with the last episode. So with the last episode, which I got responses, which are awesome, were some funny responses, but I wanted to clear something up. There was, and I messed up. There was two things I wanted to say. I said how much times you want to get it in a night, but I should have said the one where it was how much times do you want to get it in within a week, right? And I forgot, of course, because I don't write things down. I go off the top. So I said off the cop, and I try to speed past that, and I can't. So I fucked up. Anyway, so I tried to go off the top, and I forgot. So that was one I was supposed to say. It was like, how much times do you want to have sex in a week? And I wanted to go back to that so I could clear that up. I still have time anyways. So the answer to that for me, once again for me, I was going to say, and I had a rant about this, that in a week, I am good with having sex once a week. That's me. That's just me. Guys, we get to this point where it's like we get angry. We get angry at anything. When you're sex deprived, you get angry at anything. I mean, like the dumbest things. You'll just yell. You'll be like, who the fuck made the wind like this? Right? You just be looking at shit. Yo, why the fuck the electricity is like this? Or something like. You just get mad at nothing when you're sex deprived, right? With me, it's if it doesn't happen once in a week. Like if it happens more than once in a week, fantastic. But I think with me to not get that angry, that ridiculous anger, it's once a week and I'm good. And I wanted to say that, and I had to put that out there because I said only in a day, like how many times in a day, but I meant, how much in a week. So, but yeah, that's me. I don't know how other guys are. Maybe some guys need it every day of a week. I sure as fuck don't. If I do, like I said, fantastic. But if I don't, I'm good with once a week. You won't hear complaints. You won't see me shouting at, yelling at rice or some shit. Like, who the fuck made rice like this? So yeah, I wanted to clear that out and put that out there. And there was something else, and I just forgot it, but it's all right. It's all right. We move on. We move on, because what did I wanted to talk about today? Let's see what I wanted to talk about today. Oh, cartoons. Okay. Cartoons. So, my Saturday, I'm still a kid, right? I wake up. I do what they say to do, right? You read this all the time. They're like, when you wake up, don't look at your phone. You need to reflect or meditate. I actually do that. And I think about my day, and I think about this, and what I'm going to do, and what I'm going to change, and blah, 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 blah. So I do that. Then I look at my phone. And then, I've gone down, I'm learning, I'm trying to teach myself how to do a lot of things, different things now, especially now that I know people are listening, and it's like a different type of motivation. So I'm learning, about better microphones and this is a USB mic to do an XLR mic and how to balance and all this stuff. So I'm teaching myself a whole bunch of stuff, camera things. I'm teaching myself about lenses. I'm teaching myself about video editing. I just learned how to do a program on there that's going to help my video editing. So I teach myself in the morning. That's what my thing is. Fresh in the morning, I'm teaching myself some new things. Anyway, and then I have my coffee. And then I want, just like when I was a kid, I want to watch Saturday morning cartoons, right? So, I'm watching this cartoon on HBO Max. If you guys are not familiar with it, it's Rick and Morty. So I was watching Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is like, it kind of resembles, if you know Back to the Future, Doc Brown and Marty McFly. Well, Rick looks like Doc Brown and Morty looks like Marty McFly. So it's like they kind of stole their looks or whatever. And it's just like, the Rick, he invents shit, and Morty comes along for the adventures, right? So, I've seen this cartoon before. Now, here's the thing. I didn't know my children watched this cartoon. So, I'm on season 5. There's season 6 out right now, but I'm just like, the seasons that are on, Netflix or whatever, HBO Max are up to 5. So, I'm on season 5, and I'm watching this. And from season 1 to season 4, I'm just like, now that I know my kids are watching this, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, when did you guys start watching this? How did you guys start watching this? So, apparently it's a thing, My son's grade, all the kids in that grade have watched Rick and Morty. Now, I just blanked out on what grade he's in. 3rd grade. There you go. Great parenting, right? Clap it up. Great parent. So I'm just like, wait. All the 3rd graders are watching this show. Now, if you never saw Rick and Morty, holy shit. If you saw South Park, and it has, it has death, it has killing, it has sex, it has everything for adults. Like this cartoon, honestly, if it had a rating, some episodes are, some I would even say X, right? So I'm just like, how are you, all these 3rd graders watch this? Because that's how he got it. He was like, all my friends watch it. So he was, all my friends know about it, and they, they wear the clothes, they wear the hoodies and the pants, and Rick and Morty this, Rick and Morty that. And I'm like, holy fuck. So I'm watching the episode, and my oldest is 14. She walks by me, and she goes, oh, I saw this episode. It's great, right? And then she carries on back downstairs, and I'm like cooking breakfast. I'm watching the cartoon, and then it was like an episode like with blowjobs or something. I'm just like, wait, excuse me. You said you saw this? You saw all of this? And now every episode I'm watching, it's worse and worse and worse. And I'm just like, why are all my kids watching this shit? I was like, where am I? This is what happens when you put TVs in your kid's room. I'm like, why are you guys watching this? It's crazy. I'm like, and I'm thinking, I get in so much trouble and blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, all our friends watch this. Everybody talks about Rick and Morty, Dad. And I'm just like, well, fuck. I'm like, it's not something for children. This is something, get me in trouble with teachers. But then again, like, I got to always look back. I said this several episodes. My father showed me, my son's 9. I think I was 8 or 7. My father was showing me the movie Scarface. movie Scarface was not for a 7, 8-year-old at all. It's barely for like a 18-year-old. It's like for a 21-year-old. So, you know, and like I said, I turned out fantastic, right? But yeah, man, these cartoons is just like, what the hell? And then, you know, like I was kind of flipping out a little bit. Like I'm in the inside, I'm just like, oh God, I'm terrible. Why are they watching this? This is awful. They should know all this shit. And then I'm just starting to go back, and I'm like, wait a second, right? Let me go easy on myself, because let me tell you something that was back in my day, right? That they would show no problem. I know this ain't a cartoon, but still, like South Park was kind of my time, and you know, it had some crazy shit. Family Guy has some crazy shit, but I'm talking about like a TV show everybody watch, and I'm talking about WWF, back when it was WWF, not WWE, back when it was WWF. I used to watch that, right? And let me tell you something. It was called the Attitude Era. This era was by far 100 times worse than what you're seeing now in wrestling, right? They had things called tits and ass match, right? A tits and ass match. They had matches where, like, if you take off the girl's bra, you win. And if you ordered the pay-per-views, I'm not talking about like Monday Night Raw, or I'm not talking about Thursday's SmackDown. I'm talking about when you ordered the pay-per-views earlier days and they had those matches, they would actually show the girl's whole titty out and no censoring or something, because it's pay-per-view, right? And I'm like, I used to watch every single WWF pay-per-view. My family was all into it. Back in the day, I was very into it. So one of us always ordered the pay-per-view, and we would just all go to the other's house. So I'm like, you know, I'm kind of easing up, because I used to watch that at a young age. I'm talking like my son's age, and I'm watching TNA matches. I'm watching bikini matches, and you know what happens? Just one little slide of these micro bikinis, you see everything. So I was like, I used to see all this, and then the nip slips and all this. So, and you know, these matches were just crazier and crazier. And if you like, you could Google like the Attitude Era, you know, or women in the WWF back in that era. That's all it was about. Every fucking thing was about these naked women or having naked matches. So I'm just like, okay, it kind of equals out, right? That was my reasoning for my kids watching Rick and Morty. I'm like, hey, I saw a tits and ass match. They go watch Rick and Morty. It's not I think mine was a little worse. So, yeah, but it's just, wow, man. It's just crazy how shit changed. And it was crazy because I didn't think to bring that up, the tits and ass match. But if you guys watch wrestling back in the day, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then they had the tapes that came out. I used to have one. I bought one. It was called Divas and Hedonism or some Hedonism, something like that. Anyway, if you watch that tape, they show like the point of buying that, they show like the nip slips, and they showed all like the close up on the girls' asses, and I'm just like, wow. And you know what? They let me buy that. It was a VHS. God damn it. That's how old I am. I had it on VHS. So they let me buy it on VHS. So I'm easing up on my kids on that one, but it was shocking, you know, if you watch Rick and Morty, you just like, because they don't hold back on anything, you know, so it's just like, wow. And now knowing that my kids have watched every season, now I have to watch the seasons to see what they watched and see like, oh my God, you know, what do I got to talk about? They got to talk about the birds and the bees. They got to talk about this. They got to talk about that. So like now I have to catch up. So I'm on season 5. They're already watching season 6. So I got to see that, you know, I'll probably actually, after this, probably going to go upstairs watching Rick and Morty. And yeah, so if you kids watch Rick and Morty, beat they ass. Like, just beat them. Wake them up and beat them. No, I'm stupid. But yeah, you got to really watch out for that shit. Holy crap, man. I was really killing myself. I was like, what a bad parent. But at the same time, then I could say the same thing to my parents for letting me watch TNA matches. But I'm going to leave it at that. And listen, next week. I've been wanting to do the fucking school lunch episode. I've been wanting to do it with my kids, or a kid. Now it's going to be one kid. I'm just going to get one of them in here, and they're going to explain to me their school lunches, because what they tell me and what I know, it hasn't changed. And that's going to be it's not going to be even a whole episode, but it's going to be a good portion of that episode because it bothers me. And I'm going to do it. So next week is a school lunch episode. I hope, I could get one of my littles in here. They get camera shy. Maybe I could get them to stand back there and just squat or some shit and just hear the voice. Something where they're not that shy. But yeah, that's it for me for today. I did get some feedback a lot to extend the podcast, and which I'm going to do for different topics, but not for this one. But yeah, for definitely because I want to do movie reviews and a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, because right now I want to go upstairs. So Daddy is left with the littles today, and I got some steaks ready. I got my sweet potato ready. I got some broccolini ready, so I'm about to cook up a storm and eat, have some red wine, and talk dirty to myself. I had to say that. Yep, I'm start talking dirty to myself in the mirror, and and that's how I'm going to end my night. And that's it. So, shout out to all those 5 countries again. UK, Germany, UK, France, and Malaysia, and the US, of course. But shout out to you guys for listening to me. And, I'm just going to get better at this shit. I'm going to learn, more and more tricks. I teach myself a lot of shit. And so, yeah. That's going to be for you guys for listening to me, and thank you so much. As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and I will see you. Oh! I said on the last one, I'll see you with a new tattoo on the next one, but this tattoo looks disgusting right now. It's peeling, and I can't believe I didn't talk about that, and I'm ending the show, and I didn't talk about it. I'll talk about it next show because it'll be healed, and it won't look disgusting. And I'll see you on the next one. Later. Bye.
Oh, don't be angry.
I'm not angry. I think it's funny.